What brought this about? Why would I have gone about trying to build 3 homes like this? I was honored to have built the house up at LSU called the Louisiana House. And at that house, we combined 4 foundation systems with 4 framing systems with multiples of everything else that could have possibly been used in the industry to showcase under one roof system, one house, if you will. And along the way, the architect said in a meeting, she said, you know, it would have been good if we'd have built 4 different homes and we could have gotten good cost data on each one. And so we always kind of had that as a reflection in our minds. As time went on and we've got through the storms and the enactment of the new IRC came into be statewide, it was like, how are we going to help people understand what we're doing to get code enforcement, code training in place? And one of the areas that we had difficulties with was that the code showed us many things as far as foundations and structure, but what the code didn't reflect was building houses that were on piers, because the type of piers that are commonly used in this part of the country, specifically when you get into coastal areas of our country where water inundation is really something that happens kind of frequently, there wasn't anything in the code that talked about just having piers so that water could flow through. And when you look at FEMA's guidelines, they want the water to be able to flow through. So in working with the raised floor living people, the SFPA and the APA group, we were talking about it one day and we said, you know, we need to come up with a way to show how we can do different foundations and we could submit this information for code compliance so that it could be written into the code. The inspiration behind this idea was really Kurt McCarty, who was the executive director of the State Code Council. Unfortunately, Kurt has passed on, but the thought of what he inspired is what we have here today. And that is 3 homes built with 3 different types of pier foundations. We've analyzed the cost of each. We've got the engineering for each so that this could be a model for you to work from. At the same time, once we had 3 pier foundations up, we said, well, what are we going to do with 3 homes? Well, with the enactment of the new green building standard sponsored by the National Association of Home Builders, and it's referred to now as the ANSI 700 standard, we can now use that as our guide to build 3 homes to 3 different levels of efficiency to the green building standards. We're going to show you how we framed all 3, what we did with air conditioning with all 3, what we did with windows with all 3, and show you the cost as we go along so that you in turn can see, am I willing to invest that much more to get to that level of efficiency?